Welcome to this week's Fowl Friday Tip of the Week, brought to you by HP Outdoors. Here's your hosts, Josh Palm and Dan Harushka.
Hey guys, it's Josh and Dan bringing you another Fowl Friday quick tip of the week. This week, we're talking about a really important thing that a lot of guys overlook, and that's shooting your lanes when you're in a blind and you're hunting with a group of guys. Dan, talk to me about why it's so important.
The first thing that comes to my mind is safety. And, if you don't shoot your lanes, you could be swinging your gun all around. And I'm not saying that you're going to, swing it straight 90 degrees and shoot somebody, which that could happen. And actually, there was an accident in this area where a guy swung around and did shoot the end of his buddy's barrel. So, that is something that just should not be happening in the field. And if you're shooting your own lanes, that it just won't happen. Another thing that you really need to consider is hearing. If you don't have hearing protection, which you should, you could just blow out your buddy's ears that's sitting right next to you, and nobody wants to get rung like that. So, those are two things that really stick out to me, and they should not be overlooked.
Yeah, if you've ever had your ears rung in the blind, you know exactly what Dan's talking about. Not an enjoyable experience at all. But one thing I want to talk about is actually coverage of the flock. When you have a bird, a group of birds finishing over your decoys, if you've got 4 guys in the blind, it's likely that if y'all shoot into the same spot of the flock, you're going to miss an opportunity to harvest more birds. So if everyone's kind of shooting their 10 to 2 range, you're more than likely going to cover more of the flock and be shooting at different birds, thus maximizing your opportunity to knock down more birds. This becomes really important for the guy that's calling the shot for the group. You really need to make sure if the flock is finishing left to right or right to left, that you allow those first couple birds to get past the midpoint of the blind so that the guys down on that end have birds to shoot at within their range of fire. So definitely keep that in mind if you're the guy that's responsible for calling the shot. The other one, it's kind of a silly point, but it does hold up some validity for a lot of guys out there, is if someone shoots a band, you kind of narrow it down as to who may or may not have shot the bird if it fell in a particular part of the decoys or if it fell on the particular end of the blind. So if it fell on the left side of the blind and the guy on the right side is telling you that he's the one that shot it, it's more than likely not true because he should be shooting 10 to 2. So although that's kind of a minor sort of dumb little thing, we've all seen fights in the field and arguments over who shot what band and all that kind of stuff. So if you're all shooting in your lanes, you can avoid that conflict. So this weekend, when you're out in the field, talk to your buddies, make sure everyone's shooting 10 to 2 in their range of fire. You'll be more safe, and you'll definitely harvest more birds. Best of luck to you this weekend.
Looking for more waterfowl hunting tips and techniques? Visit hpoutdoors.com or subscribe to the HP Outdoors Waterfowl podcast on iTunes.